14 years ago, we filmed 7-year-old children all over South Africa. They were black and white, rich and poor. They came from very different communities, kept separate by apartheid. They were growing up in a country that was brutally divided, on the brink of historic social change. 7 years later, we met them again. They were 14, teenagers in a new South Africa. Now we've been back to find them at 21. The political struggle has given them opportunities that their parents were denied. They are Mandela's children. Since they were 7, their country has changed dramatically. How much have they changed with it? The battle they face is the war on AIDS. Tragically, for 3 of them, life is already over. France lives in Alexandra, a crowded township right next to Johannesburg's richest suburbs. When we filmed France aged 14, we asked him about Nelson Mandela.
Lo tse dintle tse di entse go gore o gonne go builda dintlo, but not enough. Dintlo tse enough tse nyakegang mo bathong, because any location go na le mekhukhu. That means gore mekhukhu eo ha etsa dintlo tse enough for batho bao. Kimo, my sister, my relative yake dulang ka.
He's always lived in the same small house.
Kamo ke toilet ke kenang go tshwana toilet.
At 21, he shows us the more significant improvements.
We are no longer using that toilet. We are using the inside toilet.
And then
Family is still important to him.
And this is my mother, Salamina Molepo, and this is a family friend, it's Chase Nyonyane, and this is my father, Mlepo.
Can come in.
Since you've gone, we've changed. We've bought a fridge, and we've bought a TV and a microwave, but it's no longer working.
And then mo ke robalang.
I move the chair like this. And I put it here. And then I just put my sponges here, and then my blanket, and then I sleep.
Mo papa ka robalang, le mama ka ba robalang.
How do you feel in there?
I don't know, I'm used to it since I was young.
Only puan was so cold.
Not gore ke sokola that I cannot eat or nka se kgone go tja ke robala ke sa ja. No. Ke robala ke tšele seo se senyane se ke se tšeleng ke a se leboga.
In France's township, only half the residents have work.
I'm fit to go ahead to go cherry fair like a pig.
Oh, believe a well or the lady sensitive fair.
Yeah, keep believe as an African woman, you must cook. Learn how I say, you must cook.
And then Mona.
Kontung by spectator, I must do a lot as a boy, and as an only boy, she man kontung. Chinese get a deal to buy. What about two? About happy, but now situation I can't want them. Okay. Takataka dia sebetsa tse dingwe mfetho takataka di tsweletse pele na bona ke ka ke spana ke connect to scale la ke blomile mfetho sometimes I'm frustrated at it.
Wana o ka ya ko sekolong o nyaka kana sekolo le bana ba mago ka baka la
Gore ke tlo te ga ke tlo tseba dress. Le dilo ko sekolong ga ba nruta.
wana o nagana re ka ithuta English wa rata go ithuta English ke ka baka la rata go ithuta English
O tlo bua monate batho ba o galla.
All through school, it was his talent for soccer that France hoped would be his escape from poverty.
To end up a professional professional player. Because kintwe ne khale ke nyaka mphilong from Salmunyana.
His early success is something he's still proud of.
Dala ngidla angithi ngahlala nase Cape Town ngidlalele isanto wona uqhamuthi ngiyadlala mfethu
unyatso nokilo
indaba angithi manje umuntu ngeke wazi
ngoba ngakumangaza ngokumanje phela mina ushaya ngenye surprise engayazi.
Now he just plays for fun.
no neki sa focus ako disking to that extent utshwana le mathomo.
Oh, yeah, but you know,
Yeah, like nek batho ba traffic yo. No mun ke faila di license. Ke faitse license no last week. Ana le nyo wa khona lokisa. So snow nke be kna le nyo go vele. 40 bile nka se tshwenyo gore nka ba le license ke testing. Ke vele ke na le learners ke vele ke am fit a re lokise mo.
Yeah.
Two stena. Consulting, kill testing, get away the Lotamacate. I'll look it or I'll get two stena cats, but no jump, but I'm fit to anything in its amat, right? Yama, yeah, go coning, it goes to how fast to buy. Africa silence and Atlantic. License. On give but the two, not I do come fit, but the two, I just knew, never bang fit to get new. Our chele, them fit. Yeah, money talks. So government is not doing enough for it to spread information, lead opportunity, to be more healthy for Runa, but pila more ground floor.
More ground floor.
The ground floor. More fast, in fact. We are not there. Are you coding? I'm going to go coding upstairs. I pila coding. I'm not. Tell those people that they're living luxury life. What can I say? I'm striving for it.
As a little girl, Kashan attended a progressive private school with her friend Nobunye. At 7 and 14, we interviewed them together. What things do you have to do if you're Jewish?
You have to have supper. No, wait. I'll tell you because I'm more Jewish than you. She's half Jewish only. I'm whole Jewish. Are you? No, did you turn whole Jewish? Yes, I'm whole Jewish. No. There's like all these different holidays. There's Hanukkah, there's Purim, and there's like all these different, you know,
and
Moses.
there's all these...
At 21, Nobunya has decided not to continue with the filming, leaving Kashan on her own.
Go to school, so we miss school.
Well, when I was 7, I thought it was fine, because I was 7. 14, obviously more embarrassed. I think all teenagers are embarrassed by seeing themselves on TV. I don't know, I just remembered I kept sliding off the couch, really. The 7 one is funny still, for me, but the 14 one I don't want to see.
She lives with the broken man. A crap polystyrene man.
I want to start my own band.
Crumbles
I want our songs to have meaning and depth to them, not bubblegum pop. I want them to be a message in the song, you know, I don't want it to be completely vacant.
She's gonna be a zookeeper. I don't know. I don't know, because I love animals. No wonder you've got so much animals. Most of them are mine. The budgie and the one dog and the one cat are mine.
Do you look after them?
Yeah.
Kashan is still living with her parents and her collection of stray dogs.
Where are my keys? This is brilliant. Out of my keys.
She has not become a zookeeper or a musician. Instead, she's got a degree in film and now works in the computer world. DJing is one of her hobbies.
Kashan. It's a beautiful night.
Do you have boyfriends?
No.
Why not?
Of course. Oh yeah, I know what boyfriends are. The boys and then friends. Yeah. Yeah. I had one. I thought you meant. Yes, I know.
What?
The ones with lip rings and eyebrow rings and green hair and, I don't know, black jackets and leather pants always seem to talk to me.
I mean, do you have a sense of what kind of man you would be interested in?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely do. Probably someone who's probably older than me, definitely older than me, and somebody who's successful in their own right, and somebody who's not threatened by me, because a lot of people are threatened by me. So.
Why do you think they're threatened by you?
Because probably I'm in your face. I've been accused of being in your face very often, and I know I can be, but I try not to be. But also the thing is, like, I've been brought up in an environment where it's okay to argue with people, and it's okay to disagree with people, and it's kind of part of my family's norm, and a lot of people don't dig that. I have this insane personality defect where if I do something, I have to do it to the point that I'm sick of it, no matter what it is.
Okay, you're already drinking it. Do you want another one?
Okay, I'm drinking. It's really good.
I think I was very unhappy. I know I wasn't happy where I was at varsity, so it was a big escapism to go out and just behave as insanely as I could.
By shout, the other guys, Italian guy, the other guy.
She goes by nationalities.
I go by nationality. This week it's Italian, last week is Spanish, and I'm joking.
No, she's not.
Shut up!
Sorry.
I think I've kind of calmed down a bit. I mean, I still go out, I still have fun, but I certainly don't do what I did last year, or the year before, or the year before. I mean, it actually reached a level where I was getting so paranoid and so crazy, and I just had to stop. I was convinced that, you know, every night people were trying to kill me, so, yeah. People trying to break into my house, and there weren't anyone trying to break into my house. And I'd wake my mother up, and I'd be like, there's people trying to break in.
But what was that about?
Complete paranoia. So.
And the paranoia was?
Drug-induced.
Drug-induced, okay.
Drug-induced. I've never actually heard of one person in my entire life that has never, ever experienced drugs.
Like what?
Oh, God, do we have to talk about yes, well, we can talk whatever. I don't care, everyone does what they do. A lot of cocaine. Yeah, I've said it.
They say an end can be a start. Feels like a barbarian still alive. It's like a bad day that never ends. I feel the chaos around me.
Do you feel confident that you can make good films?
Yes, I do. I think that's my problem. Because I feel that I'm too good. And that people don't understand that. No, joking. But no, really, I do feel that I could make very good films. I've written a couple of scripts. I've been working on a couple of feature-length scripts. And the more I write them, the more the ideas start to become concrete.
What do you dwell on?
What do I dwell on? Big city disconnection. South Africans always had the apartheid. Now we don't have that, so what do we have? It was a terrible thing. We always had that as part of our identity and part of our makeup. You're with everybody, but you're with nobody. and everybody's on their own. Also, like, I think, like, there's so much, nobody really cares about anybody else. It's weird. I don't know. Everyone just is so politically correct, but they don't actually care.
At 7, Andiswa and Leander lived with their families in small hostel rooms in a township outside Cape Town. At the time, police were cracking down on political protest.
Ukuyadudula nodudula?
Yes, miss.
Ududula abantu abatheni?
Ngenye imini sake sabona umuntu odutshulwa apha, miss. Kodwa zange senze nto.
Ududulwe ngobani?
Ngamapolisi. Asilandele emva kwethu.
Bayadubula amapolisi?
Yes.
At 14, they'd both moved back to their villages in the Eastern Cape to attend school.
Mama, ndiyakuthanda uhlala apha elalini. Andikuthanda uhlala edolophini. Uba uzazigqibela uswiti umhlambi uhamba netshomi yakho. Uzawuba iswiti phaya edolophini umhlambi, kodwa masibe iswiti phaa kulaa venkile lithini. Uzawuhamba nawe ahambe najika kudambe, wena ngosokuqhela ukuba.
After he finished school in the village, Leander had to move back to Cape Town to find work. Andiswa had already returned to finish school here. At 21, they are both back in the same hostel, in the same adjacent rooms.
Apha kule ndlu le room le incinci kule ibhedi lapha emveni kwam kulala ukhubhapha noyonela kule yayiphezulu kulala umakhulu notamkhulu kule ilapha ecaleni kulala ubhuti nentombi yakhe.
And wena?
Mna nansi ayam le ayinempahla.
Soon after her arrival in Cape Town, Andiswa got involved in a relationship.
Hayi ke sadibana ke wacela into kanjena wacela iphone numbers ndamnikeza iphone numbers hayi ke wathi masidibane esites nyani ke sadibana ke sites ukwenza abantu ndizayobona indlu yakhe.
Uhlala phi wena ngelo xesha?
Nala ndihlala lapha kwakhika apha eholweni eli. Hayi ke ndahamba ndayobona ke emfuleni ndaphinda wandikhapha back. Hayi ke kwahlaleka ke yayi-holiday wathi mandotyela i-weekend kanti kumhla i-weekend yaba mandi ndade ndanxiba nedakhi.
So
Lilonke ukwenda ukuze wenda.
Kodwa ndikuthanda ukwenda uba ndihambe ndohlala komnye umzi ikhaya lam ndilishiye nabani.
Andiswa left school and went to live with her in-laws. There was soon tension.
So kuyacaca ubana ngaba xa ufika emzini kufuneka ukhawuleze ukubana ngaba ube nomntana. So ke mna ke andiyazi uba bekutheni na ukubana ngaba sendingakhawulezi ubana ngaba ndibe nomntana. So bekusithi noba kuyabotshwa inkomo kuyolinywa kuthe bethu nani ningayilibana lilapha endlini inkabi yenkomo. Ngokubana umamazala bakhoyo basigqebha ngamaphiko.
Soon after his arrival in Cape Town, Leander's girlfriend had a baby boy. The child and his mother lived near the hostel with relatives.
Hi, Suga. Hey, Suga. That's my baby. That's my baby. His name is Aseko. His name is Aseko. His nickname is Bob. I like him so much.
Before the birth of his son, Leander had fathered a baby girl with a school friend. They're also living nearby.
Yes. Anyway, guys, this is my baby's mother. Her name is Kona. This one is Tinaji. This one is my baby.
Lovely. Mara ke ngoku inkinga ukuthi bayithu ngalobolo muphi.
Yabona the only thing endizixelele yona apha ebomini bam ever since ndenza le nto ne kubo bobabini izixelele ubana zohlala ndileli hlobo angeke ze ngitshate. Ngeke ze ngitshate because iyaba i-big issue leyo.
Yeah.
Uba ndingaze nditshate because uzobuza omnye wawutshata uzibani ndikhona yabona ndiyifuna into enjalo sendirayithi ngale ndlela nje.
Into abangela uba uqhawuke umtshato wam kunganyaniseki emyenini wam ndipha emzini ndandisawubona uba ityhini imeko endikuyo kwenzela uba ndizawuthi nje iglasi noba zintathu umnyuka umqele nami into dipha.
At 7, Andiswa had great ambitions for her education.
This is a book.
This is a book.
This is a book.
This is a book.
Awuhaleli tuba ngulungu. Ngoba
Ngoba ngifuna ukwazi ukhomyusha.
awufuna ukwazi wena ukhomba.
Banangxosi xa ubuzwa phangamiswa uzawubuthetha into yakho.
Uzobe ethetha ntoni yena? Xa ibuzwa
Angakwazi
ntoni?
ukhomyusha.
Kandichazele uzobe kusenzeka ntoni kanini?
Xa kuthiwa kathi this is a book. Angatshe
Athini?
athi this is a book.
Athini?
Athi this is book.
Hayi ndiyazazi funa uba yipilot. Ngokubana ndifuna umsebenzi onqabileyo njengoba apha eSouth Africa imost yabe iyotitsha so mna ndifuna uba yipilot.
But at 21, Andiswa does not have any school-leaving qualifications. It makes it even harder to find a job.
Imihla le yonke kodwa ke ngoku kunzima imihla le yonke njengoba bendisandobuya emzini imihla le yonke ndithanda uyofola ndambe ndifuna umsebenzi so ngelinye ixesha ndithanda ubizwa kwenye indawo mhlawumbi ndiphanda umgqibelo necawe okanye uLwesihlanu ezo ntsuku zintathu so akabikho nto eyona nto ndiyibonayo okokubana ngabi ngarayithi ungarayithi ubana ngaba ndiphindele back esikolweni.
This is a floor, Andiswa.
This is the floor.
This is the floor.
This is the floor.
In 1992, Durban was home to the largest Indian population outside India. Under apartheid, Aarti went to an all-Indian school where she was a star pupil.
I'm a great musician. What can you play? The piano, the piano, the piano.
At home, she was the apple of her father's eye.
My mother works with my father. She doesn't hit me, she doesn't shout me. She buys me everything and they spoil me too much.
So do you think you're spoiled?
Yes.
When she was 8, her father's business fell on hard times. Aarti and her family moved to Johannesburg to live with relatives.
Life is not rosy. Life is not rosy. It has a lot of downs in it and a lot of downfalls in it. But if you're strong and if you make it, there's nothing for you to be worried about. You can get through anything.
Tell me about your father.
He works, he gets money.
What work does he do?
Anglo-Dynamic International.
What is that?
A shipping business.
When we met Artie at 14, her father was sick. He died 2 months later.
Mom was completely lost. My sister was completely lost. And I needed to be there for them. As a family, we grew because we only have each other.
Now, Artie studies law part-time. She works for an IT company and lives with her mother in a townhouse complex.
We moved here simply for security reasons. When Dad passed away, it was just Mom, my sister, myself. And unfortunately, we had a few break-ins. The one night, they were in our roof, and they were just about to jump in, and thank God my brother came up from Durban with his friend. And then I was in Mom's room sleeping, and I heard the one guy on the roof jumping. So we all got up, we all ran. And thank God my brother was there, and he chased them. And immediately, the same night, we packed up.
The fear of crime has produced a boom in gated communities, although crime levels themselves have reduced in recent years.
We're very happy living in a complex. Security-wise, we know we're safe, and we're not scared when we sleep at night. Mom's everything to me. She's a mom, a dad, sister, friend. I can speak to her about anything. I can take her with me to a nightclub, take her to the gym.
Do you guys ever share clothes?
Yeah, we wear the same clothes.
Who's the bossy one in the house?
Artie's the bossy one. Oh, she's very fussy. She's very bossy. If her clothes bossy is not... Bossy in the right sense. No, not bossy as in boss people around. Turn around. Okay, gonna make your path. Quickly. The sink here, when you finish wash dishes, there must be no water anywhere. It must be shining. Mom brought me up that way, and now she's complaining that I am exactly like her. Let me see. Move your hair. No, it's perfect. It's fine. It's perfect. It's gonna look lovely. I think it's important for a lady to cook. I think a way to a man's heart is through his stomach. Don't you agree, Mom?
Yes.
I'm a Piscean. Very dreamy people, very romantic. Can be very stubborn. They say we're very sexy people.
How does this color look?
Let me see. Perfect.
What do you think your flaws are?
I'm very vain. I think also what is a flaw is I can be very compassionate. And sometimes being very, very compassionate towards others, it sort of, you end up getting hurt. Well, I've got 2 words. Love sucks. Love sucks. Love is not for me. No. All right. And me? You're gonna put my choker on for me? Stunning, girl. Stunning. Sure? I don't want to be a dating machine.
What is a dating machine?
A dating machine is when you date, okay, you date this guy, you meet this guy, you like him, you date him. Then you realize, oh, he doesn't comb his hair right. So then you say, oh, you know what, I just don't think it's working out. Then you find someone else, and then you go out with them, and then realize something's wrong with them, or they don't suit you, or they don't dress well. Perfect. Perfume?
Perfume, yeah. It's
And,
natural.
okay, we need to draw some money. I need to draw some money.
And gum.
And we need to get some gum. Kids today don't know what they're doing. They just fall in love with a guy, and then they're into bed, and then blah, 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 and then they end up being pregnant, and then they've got to drop school or drop work, whatever they're doing, and then they've got to sit with a baby. Yeah. I'm not saying anything's bad about sitting with a baby, but, I mean, your whole life plans get ruined as well. Yeah. It's also not very cheap to maintain a baby as well. It's actually expensive.
Yeah, it will be.
I love Bhangra music. It's pretty much your Indian music, but Indian music you can dance to.
Hey, Johannesburg, how you guys doing out there?
Archie's world is still defined within the Indian community. Here at the Bhangra, nearly everyone is Indian.
Watching Indian movies, when you tend to watch them dance to all the songs, you can go out and you can pretty much action those moves that you watched on TV.
Do you have a sense of what kind of man you would be interested in?
Somebody that will love me unconditionally. Most importantly, somebody that would be there for me in good times and in bad. Someone who won't cheat on me. Somebody that I would just want to grow old with and still love me till the day he dies, like my dad with my mom. I mean, till the day my dad died, my dad used to sit and sing to my mom. And I used to go, Dad, come on, get a room, you know. But that type of man is the man that I want, a man just like my dad.
All over South Africa, people are overwhelmed by the devastating effect of HIV/AIDS, claiming around 1,000 lives every day in 2006. Tragically, 3 of our children have died.
You mean?
Nini?
Bonita was the daughter of a Zulu chief. This is her at 7, proud of her Zulu tradition.
So what shy again?
Yeah?
So what shy umuntu again?
I'm umuntu ekushaye.
Yeah.
Mhlawumbe uthi uyakushaya, mhlawumbe ukushaya lana, uyibike kanje uzoshaya.
Ow!
She died at the age of 19. At 14, she had started to question some of the traditional Zulu values.
The whole generation believes that only men are allowed to take over. So, no woman can take over.
Do you think that's right?
No, don't believe it. I would love to be a chief.
Not long after 14, Bonita was diagnosed as HIV positive. She died of AIDS 4 years later. This was Linda at 7. He lived in the Eastern Cape with his grandmother and loved their cattle. By 14, he was allowed to herd them.
Xa ukuthandaza Linda, zeziphi izinto ozicelayo?
Ngicela ufunda.
According to his grandmother, Linda hurt his leg, he lay down, and on the 3rd day he died. At 7, Claudia and Shane went to school together. They were a lively couple to interview.
Okay, tell me, if you've got a lot of money, what are you gonna do with it?
I'll buy me a car. I'll buy me a gun. I'll buy my mother everything she wants.
Oh, well, the person that I admire is my mother. She's like the best friend I have, like to talk to. I'd rather talk to my mother than to my friends. If I need food or anything, my mother's there for me. She gives me guidance. She helps me through school. At home, without my mother, I don't know where I'll be now.
Shane was HIV positive. When he was 20, he died of pneumonia.
I hadn't seen Shane in a long time after 14 up, and totally by accident, I went out with a few new people one night, and it happened that they were friends with him. And so we had a really good time, and we hung out and stuff. And then a few weeks later, I just heard that somebody had died, but I didn't know exactly who. And so I found out after the funeral that it was actually Shane that had passed away.
Oh, and we put the bottle of Jack Daniels. Where's his Jack Daniels?
You did?
Yes, did you see?
Oh, in there?
There's his Jack Daniels.
Good deal.
Yeah, there's his.
Oh.
No, where's the big one? The big one is gone. There's a bottle of Dimple there.
It's here because I hope by one day, so it's very local documentary area or film, understand? I hope for one day like so we like at the same time we like maybe go one room, we share the table like better like unlike the cassette thing fail or go TV fail, understand? So it was serious because like it was say maybe friends it's a doing more life, understand?
Yeah, imbi londo leyo. Kangiba ndiyayoyika noyibisa. Yintoni ize3 yiyo. Ndihloniphile sihlobo zam. Kangiba endlela endihloniphe abantu endibabonayo bekhula bephethwe yiyo ndibona uba seyibaxhalisile ngoku ndisiva inhliziyo yam ibuhlungu ndizifuna ukubana ngabe ingaba ndindawuni nam nana. Abanye bayabhubha elalini yam kudala ndithe ndizawujonga ndiye ngoFebruwari elalini yam ndafika amangcwaba ematsha ngabantu abatsha iintanga zam. Ndihloniphile.
Anzange ndiyo testa but yegrand kuhlala uzazi ukubana kunjani na.
Yeah,
but kodwa
uye kanje. Ngicaba ungayi.
Hayi kade andikazuya kodwa hayi. Ndizayo uyokuchaza sezawuthatha ithuba. Sezawuthatha ithuba. Not unless again ndizibone ke there is symptoms zento ethile yabona. Boma ke fama ndizazi ba actually thina umzimba wami ndingaziva right ngeke ndiye phandi of ba kuqhubekana yabo. Yeah, but ngoku ngisegrand.
Sure.
Claudia and Shane lived in an area of Johannesburg designated for people of mixed race, or coloureds as they're known in South Africa. Would you like to go to a school with white children?
I don't know. No. No.
Why not?
Because I like it the way it is. I don't want to go in. Maybe they speak another language and you ask them for the rubber, they won't know.
At 14, Claudia was living at a boys' care home where her father was the principal.
There's a lot of violence that goes on in the area because at night you hear a lot of gunshots. When you drive up the road to the shop, you've got to make sure your doors are locked. You've got the fear of being hijacked. Women have the fear of being raped. And I mean, it's not just in poor communities, it's all over.
Soon after, she was moved from her local school to a white school.
All of a sudden, I was taken from a school where everybody was just like me, and I was thrown into an environment that was a majority white school. The school was really tiny. And I think there were about 4 or 5 colored children in my class.
They speak the same language, they understand what they say when they speak Afrikaans, but we don't.
Everybody just assumed that I spoke Afrikaans at home because I was colored. And they had these very strange, or what was to me very strange ideas about what the coloured population of South Africa was about.
We are all human beings.
But you said there are no black people.
There's no black.
Do we have white people?
Yes. We are all human beings.
What do you think you are?
There's no black and white and
What do you
stuff
think
like
you are?
Human beings. Human beings.
At 21, she's living with her parents in a comfortable suburb. She's studying science with the hope of transferring to medical school.
I think my parents have worked incredibly hard to give me opportunities, A, that they never had, and B, to expose us as much as they could to new environments. I've been brought up always knowing if I wanted to do something, I could do it. My parents have never ever told me that, oh, you can't do that.
We can have millions and thousands of rands, a million, 100 rand, but we cannot go and buy love at the shop. You can't go and say, look, I want to buy a place, I want to buy love for my mother. You can have millions of rands, but you can't go and buy your mother love. You can't.
At 21, what sort of things make you angry?
Not being able to do everything that I want to do, like when I want to do it. Like I don't have my own car. I used to have my own car, and it was my dad's first car that he got before my mom and he were even married. And so that's just gone and broken down on me a few months ago, and he's gonna sell it to the mechanic who's been fixing it forever. It's like his second child. And so, unlike most people, I can't just go and come when I please. I've kind of got to do a bit of asking for the car and like checking which times I come in, and so yeah, just compromising. I don't think I'm very good at compromising.
Who is some news to tell us? Come, Flori.
Excuse me, ma'am. They said
Speak loud.
On the television, they said an American dentist invented a new wheel. It's faster than a bicycle, and it goes over 60 kilometers.
So do you wear the wheels?
Yes, ma'am.
And you ride with the wheels on you, like skates?
Yes, ma'am.
When you're 7, you really do. You believe you can be anything you want to be, and the only reason that you couldn't be it is if you didn't want to be it. And the older you get, the more you realize that there's always somebody that's smarter than you, or somebody that knows more than you, or that's prettier than you, and that even though it might not matter to you, it matters to the rest of the world. I wanted to do medicine. I wanted to be a doctor, save people. I just have a sense of needing to do something because there's so much that's wrong.
Do you want to get married when you grow up? Why?
Because I must. You don't have to get married if you don't want to get married, Shane. It's up to you. It's not up to your mother. If you meet a girl and you like her and you want to marry her, get married. If you don't want to, don't.
And then yourself?
Don't force yourself.
And yourself, do you want to get married?
No.
Why do you want to get married?
No.
Are you in a relationship?
No.
Let's talk about that.
There's not much to talk about. I was a while ago. I learned a lot about myself and about how these things go. I'm a little sad about it, maybe.
Increase the ribs. You're laughing.
Your ideal partner?
Somebody that's easy to be around and that's happy with where they are and with what they're doing in their lives. I mean, you can't have a happy person and a miserable person together and expect it to work. But somebody that's open to change and to new experiences and who likes traveling and would be happy to, I don't know, to get off a plane somewhere in India and not know how you're going to get from point A to point B, but to just be happy to be there.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I just want to love life and experience as much as I can and see as much as I can and do everything.
Our 21-year-olds are able to choose where to live and work, what to study and save for, even where to dance. But will the legacy of the apartheid era remain with them? Or will they be able to take advantage of the chances that have been made for them? In 7 years' time, they will be 28, and we will return to see how they've got on.
So you all need water. I enjoy teaching because I can identify with where they're coming from.
The crisis is that every layer of chicken out on the bottom is completely raw still.